My name's Andrew McMurray. This is Matthew McMurray, and we are here
Hi.
to answer your questions. Just the most asked questions that we get on the YouTube channel. Also, a few of you posted on Facebook with questions. So, here's the Q&A video.
Good questions, too.
Yeah, pretty good questions.
Yeah, I liked them.
Yeah, I liked them, too.
Yeah.
And we're going to start the video now.
Pretty good.
Question number 1.
Who or what makes up andrewmfilms?
Well, there's me, Andrew McMurray. I'm in the name of the YouTube channel. I do the VFX and I film the videos. I'm rarely in them, but sometimes I am. I'm the redhead guy, just not as attractive as all the other actors. And this is...
I'm Matthew McMurray, Andrew's brother and or cousin. We're not sure.
Yeah.
We're trying to... I do the sound and the music and really just whatever needs to be done as told by you.
Yeah.
Whatever makes life easier, whether it be behind the scenes or helping directing or changing your diaper.
Also, there's that's Seth. He sometimes acts in the videos. Actually, almost all the time. He's Mario and all those other guys. You know,
Well, he's Mario. He's Vault Boy.
Yeah.
He's,
we usually kill him. He's usually the ragdoll in the video.
we enjoy killing stuff.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Okay. Anyway, next question.
Okay. What equipment do you use?
Okay, what equipment do you use? This is a really tough question to ask us because we're always changing equipment.
You might be watching this video and we'll be using completely different equipment by the time you're watching this.
Yeah.
So why are you so late to this video?
So that kind of goes to show that you don't really need the best equipment ever to make what you do look good. But I started out using a T2i, Canon T2i.
Canon T2i, yeah.
And then I went on to use, I'm talking about cameras here. I went on to use the Blackmagic cinema camera, which is a great camera. But it was a little too hefty for what I was doing. YouTube stuff, running around all the time. So I switched to the GH4, and that's what I'm on right now. That's what you're watching this on. And for
Well, wait, there's camera.
yeah, for audio.
Audio. We never use on-set audio. I mean, I will bring out a recorder and record it, but like the sounds that I have to use in the post-production sense is just way cooler.
So when you're watching a video, all of the sound is pretty much generated by Matthew. There's nothing on set.
There's like, I think in Fallout versus Skyrim, there's one sound effect that was actually from the video that I recorded out there, and it was of Seth, or Vault Boy, skidding into the weeds.
Yeah.
And that was like the only one. What software do you use?
The software I use, the big question that everyone wonders, even though I answer it multiple times.
Yeah, we get this question like every day.
So, to answer this question, once and for all, I never change software, really. Edit, I use Adobe Premiere. To do 2D, mainly 2D, kind of just like bass effects and all that kind of stuff, I use Adobe After Effects. I do a lot of the muzzle flashes and explosions and lighting and all that kind of stuff in there. But for 3D, I use Cinema 4D. And for tracking, like 3D tracking, I used to use PF Track, but now I just use the in-program tracker in After Effects. I use the built-in tracker in that to go to Cinema 4D because After Effects and Cinema 4D work very well together.
And for audio, I use Adobe Audition, and for music, I use Logic Pro X. When are you going to do a video about insert game here? And so that could be like, we get a lot of questions about, when are we going to do like a Halo video, or when are we going to do a Call of Duty video, or a Skyrim video, or a Bioshock video even. We get asked that a lot, so when are we going to do those?
Yeah, watch the next video we're coming out with.
Yeah, it has all of them.
It has all of those, actually.
Wow. Wow. It's looks like it's your lucky day. but yeah, really, sometimes we get questions about games we never even played. So like, we like to do videos about games that we know about.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're opposed to doing videos of games that we haven't played. We just need to play them. And then if we like it.
I hate my job. I have to play video games.
Next question is, how can I do what you do, and how did you get your start? So it's technically two, but
good question. Well, first of all, I didn't go to college. In fact, I kind of dropped out of high school, but that is beside the point. What I did is I just spent a majority of my day learning about the software. I Googled various tutorials on After Effects, learning different things to do. One big thing to do if you want to start learning this stuff, which is what I did, and it's what a lot of people mess up on. When you are watching a tutorial on like After Effects, don't do the same exact effect that they do. That's like the biggest thing. Like what I would do is I would watch a tutorial, see what the guy's doing, and I would just make one minor creative adjustment to mine. So like if he's doing the color blue, you can do the color green. Just so, I don't know, I guess it just sets in your mind a little bit better when you do it that way. Also, you know, yeah, so I'm still learning though. You know, I'm still looking at tutorials. I haven't perfected the whole thing yet. So yeah, the way to get to where I am now is probably just to do it. You gotta have the dedication. You can't just watch a tutorial and be like, all right, I'm done.
Well, dedication is important because, well, from a lot of the people that we talk to who are wanting to do what we do, they kind of have this expectation that they're just gonna get viral immediately. Mm-hmm. And like one of the most important things about building a channel like ours is you have to have the drive, you have to have the energy, and basically you never stop until you die. Because we started doing YouTube videos 7 years ago on a different channel that will remain unnamed and not be a link in the description. Or an annotation right there. I've always wanted to do that.
We'll just wait here.
Well, wait, okay. Where'd it go? So, and we never really stopped, and we didn't really ever get to a level that would be considered popular until like, I don't know, like year 4, year 5. So you're gonna have a lot of videos that won't do well at all starting out.
You gotta be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be really annoying.
You have to bug everyone about your videos. You have to lose some of your dignity and show more than just your parents or your friends. You have to post it on all over the internet, like on message boards and on Reddit and like on Facebook pages or whatever. Just don't send them to us.
When I started, I would make videos and then I would post them on message boards that were like, there are some message boards, I don't know how they do it these days, but some message boards are like, show off your work. There's some VFX message boards like that, and I would just post them there. I'd be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And they'd be like, oh, that's all right.
Pretty terrible, honestly.
And I'd get like 3 or 4 subscribers out of that. That's how it started though. So, you know, just small things like that can really make an impact.
And persistence and patience is really important. Like, you're gonna keep, you will eventually, unless you're just awful, unless you're just terrible, then you're eventually gonna find the video that gets you up there, like gets high in the high views. And that doesn't mean you have to be like, oh, okay, I made it, here we go, time to pack up my bags and move to LA. No, that's like just the beginning. You have now you're actually in the game, it's serious now, you have to immediately be figuring out how you're going to top that. Questions. We have questions that you guys have asked us on the Facebook page. Anyway, also, some of you are... I might not know how to pronounce some of your names, so I'm just going to go by first name basis so I don't absolutely embarrass myself.
And we also might mispronounce the first name. So sorry about that.
Julian asks, how do you get inspired? What is the process between the first idea and the final product? Do you get to shoot what was in your mind, or at the end of the day, when you shoot, new ideas come and you change everything?
Well, to get inspired, really, it's as simple as playing video games, because that's what we do. I mean, that's what we make our videos about, and really the best job ever. Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
You know, I mean, sometimes, not usually, but sometimes I'll work on like an effect and I'll kind of get an idea off of that. But no, usually it's just, that's a really funny thing in that game.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a video.
Well, sometimes we'll be just like, we'll be both playing this game and then I'll just be like, man, this part made me really laugh, or this is really funny, and then it's just like, oh, and then we decide to, that's exactly how it happens. Yeah. And then we just do something from it. Yeah, video games are definitely, gets the brains blowing.
And on set, almost always what I do is I write a storyboard, draw out frames of the shots that I'm going to film. I never write scripts. I just draw little stickmen and what angle the camera's going to be at. And we go out and shoot it. And that rarely changes on set unless there's a really cool idea.
Yeah. We all, on set, we try to stick to the storyboard as much as possible and the original plan. But, you know, one of us might come up with a cool idea, you know, out of nowhere. And we would shoot that and also shoot what we originally had in the storyboard. So, like, in the editing room when we're working, we'll see which one works better or not. So we're not really afraid to deviate from, you know, our original ideas or improv, but we are afraid of ghosts. Rumel asks, what are your top 3 favorite YouTube channels?
Okay, well, for me, it would probably be, first and foremost, Corridor Digital. I know, kind of a cliche answer, but they make very quality content.
You can't deny that they're amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of why I started doing this. But second, Tim Fed. Michael Shanks makes some really quality content. He does some really great videos. And next would probably be Ren the Reaper. Just because, you know, I know him, he's a great guy, and he also does really quality effects.
Super
Great guy too.
He's like the nicest person I've met in my, ever met. Like,
yeah.
Let's see. Well, I mean, not so much nowadays because they don't do anything anymore. At least this channel, they're kind of doing their own thing individually. But Balloon Shop was probably one of my introductions to YouTube videos, and they were kind of what made me want to do YouTube videos, because I've never laughed that hard at videos. Yeah, like they're amazing. And they're actually doing, this isn't one of them, but Olin Rogers is doing some great stuff on his channel, and I don't know if Thomas is doing anything. He's working with Olin, I think. Next one, let's see. Alan Tutorial is pretty good. I mean, I don't really need to say anything more about that. He's amazing. This isn't really like related to like what we kind of do, but you know, if you want to watch some pretty good game reviews, Super Bunny Hop's pretty good.
Super Bunny Hop.
He does some great reviews.
I've never even heard of that. Yeah, I'll have to check them out.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Steve asks, what kind of job would you like to be doing in 3 years?
These are some tough questions.
McDonald's fry cook.
Well, what kind of job? It's kind of, at this point, it's kind of where YouTube takes me. Of course, I want to end up making like a feature film. I want to end up making some long films and stuff like that. But obviously, it's been my end goal for a long time. But as of now, I'm having fun with what I'm doing. So, you know, in 3 years, if YouTube gives me some kind of cool opportunity to make a, cool series or even a feature.
But yeah, it'd be nice to be like doing like a feature-length film of our own in a little while from now. It's not like we have to, but like, it's not like we want to do it, but we're not gonna rush it or anything. It all started with Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion. Because I went over to your house and you're like, dude, I have to show you something. It's gonna blow your mind. And I'm like, and then I was getting so excited, and then you just popped it out, and it was just Haunted Mansion, Eddie Murphy. Popped it in. I was done.
That's when you wanted to make a
that. Yeah, I was just. That's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life is make.
to make Eddie Murphy's.
Wasn't a big fan of the ghost though.
You didn't like the ghost in the movie?
No. Didn't like that at all. Shutter Authority asks, what future do you see for independent VFX artists and filmmakers?
VFX artists. It's a hard thing to get into these days. I mean, it's hard to get into and actually make a substantial life out of. But
well, I kind of like. But I think what's kind of cool about what we do and what other people are doing is that when we were growing up, we didn't have like, or like people didn't have like a medium to like make movies through or anything. Like they had to like go like make a bunch of money and get like like a Hollywood setup or whatever. And but now with the internet, we have all this stuff that anyone with a camera can start making movies, and so I think that's just going to keep expanding and growing, and then like there's going to eventually be like as much like viewable entertainment digitally than there is like, well, not digitally, I mean like independent entertainment. Like there's a big like growing independence circle. Just getting bigger, it's going to eventually topple the big stuff. Probably wrong though. Probably completely wrong.
I can't really speak for VFX artists because I am more of a filmmaker that's just interested in VFX, and I think that's a good area to be in, at least for me, because first and foremost, I just want to make films, but I also can use this cool VFX thing to make them look cool, and it's kind of working out for me because. I think being multi-talented is a really handy thing to have.
Just as long as nobody's making any films about ghosts, then I'm fine. Chloe asks, was there any films you wanted to do but couldn't?
Well, the question's interesting because there are a lot of films that I want to do and I plan on doing. So I don't know if there's anything that I've really wanted to do that I don't think I could, because a lot of what I do is about video games, and if I want to do a certain video game, I'll end up doing it.
Basically, there's nothing we can't do.
Yes, that's basically what I was saying.
Anything we want to do, we will do it.
We're gonna do it. And
or else.
Come on.
Come on. Look who you're talking to here. I can't really.
Yeah, there's, in the past, I would like to do Half-Life right. I didn't do that right.
Oops.
That was a big old failure. Also, BioShock, but I've taken care of that.
Tune in.
Wait for the next video or the video after that. It depends when this is coming out.
Yeah, we will see.
But yeah, there are things that I want to do that I haven't done, but I will do.
Andrea asks, what are your top 3 favorite movies?
Me, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, not Spider-Man 3. Well, Spider-Man 1 was okay. Anyway, Spider-Man 2, Lord of the Rings trilogy, and
which one?
Which Lord of the Rings?
Which Lord of the Rings? Like out of the 3, which one do you think is the best one? I personally like Return of the King.
The Two Towers was really good, but I think Return of the King was the best that I liked. I think Fellowship of the Ring was the one I didn't like as much, but
they're really all perfect.
Yeah, they're all great. And the last one, Pan's Labyrinth was really good. It was really good movie. I really liked that, so I'll put that on there.
Yeah. As for mine, let's see, Shaun of the Dead is like one of the best movies ever made, ever. And if you don't think so, you're definitely wrong. 2001: A Space Odyssey is probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
Stop seeing that.
You just can't beat that kind of filmmaking. You just can't. It's impossible. And the amount of work put into creating the sets and props and everything behind the scenes is just nothing short of just. And off the top of my head, really, David Lynch's Eraserhead is like.
You can't say it's an inspiration for us, but
I mean, you wouldn't watch that movie and think wow, these guys just did everything from that movie. But I mean, like, come on, just watch. If you watch Eraserhead, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you can't get any better than that.
Next Andrew and Phil's video you watch, just keep in mind it was inspired by Eraserhead. Anyway, that's all the questions we have right now. If you have any questions, you can write in the comments section below, or go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/andrewmfilms, or the Twitter /andrewmfilms. And just ask us a question. We'll try to do this more often. Yeah.